Hello, dear students. This is the video of class 8, chapter number 4, Algorithms and Flowchart. In the previous class, you can see I have discussed the following topics: programs, algorithms, some examples of algorithm, and features of an algorithm. These topics I have already discussed. So, coming to the next topic, children, today the following topics will be discussed. We will revise algorithm. What is algorithm? Then I will discuss steps to develop an algorithm. Third, advantages of an algorithm. And then I will discuss about flowcharts. Okay, so let us come to the algorithm. Introduction to algorithm. Algorithm can be defined as instructing the computer the series of steps to perform every work step by step. So algorithm is a series of steps to perform any work step by step. Algorithm should be written in a step by step sequence. Okay. And what are the basic steps? First, start. Second, get input by the keyboard, mouse, etc. Third, processing. Fourth, output. And fifth, stop. So in this way, you can write algorithm in a step 1, step 2, step 3 like this. So you can see one example of algorithm. This is the algorithm to multiply three numbers. So what you have to do? You have to write the algorithm in step by step sequence. Step 1, input three numbers A, B and C. You can take three variables and you can enter some numbers in all the three variables. Then step 2, multiply three numbers into another variable D. That is, you can write D equals to A multiplied by B. You have to write a small a and b, A, B and C. A multiplied by B multiplied by C. One thing you will keep in mind that this is the asterisk sign. A asterisk B asterisk C. But in computer, in programming language, this asterisk sign is known as multiplication sign in computer. Okay. So it is written as D equals to A multiplied by B multiplied by C. Then third step, step number 3, print D. Whatever result which is stored in the variable D, it is the multiplication of all the variables A, B and C. So that result will be printed in step number 3. So in this way, children, you can write a small algorithm to multiply three numbers. Now, next topic is steps to develop an algorithm. Following steps are there. First step, describe the problem. First, you have to describe the problem. Second, analyze the problem. You have to understand the problem, that what steps you have to include and how you can solve this problem. You have to analyze it very nicely. Third, writing serial wise steps. You will write all the steps of algorithm in a sequence, step by step, in a step by step manner. Okay. Then fourth point, refine the algorithm by adding more details. You can give clarity to your algorithm by adding more and more details. Last point, review the algorithm. After creating the algorithm, you have to review, you have to revise your algorithm so that it will not have any type of mistake. Now, next topic, rules for writing an algorithm. Some rules are there for writing and for creating an algorithm. First rule, it must begin with a start. Your algorithm must begin with a start. Second, write each step in a separate line and give number to each line. You cannot write two steps in a single line. Okay, your all the steps, each and every step will be very clear and it will be separated in separate line. It will be separated in another steps. Okay. So each step in a separate line and give a number to each line. Third, to get an input, use the keyword input or read. Suppose you have to enter some number into your algorithm. So you cannot write enter two numbers, enter three numbers. What you have to use? You have to use input three numbers, or you can use read three numbers. Okay. Fourth step, for displaying, to display an output, use the keyword print or write. What is keyword here? Keyword means it is the reserved word of your programming language. Okay, it is the reserved word which is used in programming. So you have to use this reserved word print or write while giving output. Okay, to display an output. Now, next point, an algorithm must end with a stop. It should be a start, it should begin with a start, and it should end with a stop. Last point, keep the algorithm short. Suppose you are solving any problem, your algorithm should be short. If your algorithm is short, then you are a good programmer. And if your algorithm is not short, your algorithm is very lengthy for solving any problem, it means that you are not a good programmer. So a good programmer is only when your algorithm is very short and to the point. Okay. And do you know what is the advantage of writing short algorithm? It will save your computer resources. It will save your computer memory. Okay. And it will save the time also. Now, what are the advantages of algorithms? An algorithm makes the process more efficient and more consistent. Your algorithm makes the process more effective, more efficient, and more consistent. Second advantage, an algorithm aids in decision making. With the help of algorithm, it will help in decision making situation. Okay. It aids in decision making. Third advantage, problems that are difficult or impossible to solve are approached as a series of small solvable subprograms. Suppose very difficult or very impossible programs are, you have got very difficult program or you have got very complicated program. So it should be solved in a series of small steps. Okay, small solvable subprograms. Next, an algorithm helps to ensure that variables or parts of the program are not ignored. Suppose you want to find the area of a circle. Okay, so or you want to find the area of any type of geometrical figure. So you have to use the variable. Suppose you are finding the area of a circle, you have to use radius, you have to use the value of pi equals to 3.14 and so on. So it means what, you cannot include some extra variable. If you are including extra variable, it is those variables are those variables will not be used inside your programs. So you always keep in mind that you are including the variables which are the parts of your algorithm, okay, which should be used in your algorithm. So algorithm helps to ensure that variables or the parts of programs are not ignored. Suppose you have assigned some variables, it should be used in the program. It should not be wasted. Okay. Now, last advantage, developing an algorithm allows the developer to examine the solution process properly. So when you have developed the algorithm, the programmer, it allows the developer or the programmer to examine the solution process properly. If there is no algorithm, the solution process, the programmer will face many type of difficulties in creating the solution process properly. So algorithm helps the programmers to understand the problem, to create the solution of any problem, and so on. Now you can see what is a flowchart. The simplest way to represent the solution of a problem is by using a flowchart. Actually, flowchart is the graphical representation of any problem. Okay, it is the pictorial form of any problem. So you can say it is the simplest way to represent the solution of a problem is by using flowchart. It is the graphical or it is the pictorial solution, pictorial view of any problem. A flowchart or a flow diagram is a graphical representation of the algorithmic process or system. A flowchart uses a set of basic symbols to represent various functions, and it uses a set of basic symbols so that it can represent the solution. This is the example of a flowchart. This is the flowchart to add two numbers. So in algorithm, both are very similar. Algorithm and flowchart are very similar. What is the difference? In algorithm, you will write in a step-by-step sequence, but in flowchart, you don't have to write. You have to draw the diagram. It is a graphical representation. So adding two numbers, flowchart, this is the flowchart. This is the start symbol. It is elliptical in shape. This is inputting symbol. It is in the form of a parallelogram. Input two numbers has been inputted in it. This processing takes place here. C equals to A plus B means both the numbers has been added in another variable C, and then print C. The result has been printed here, and then a stop. You can see the start and the stop symbol, both the symbols are same. Input and the output symbol, both the symbols are same. Okay. So this is the example of a flowchart, and you can write the algorithm for this problem also. What should be the algorithm? Input two numbers A and B. You will write step 1, input two numbers A and B. You will write step 2, in which you will take another variable C and add both the numbers, and you will write step 3, print the result C. Okay, print C. And in this way, you can create algorithm also. You can create flowchart also. So algorithm is written in English language in a step-by-step sequence, but flowchart is represented in a diagrammatic way. Okay, it is the pictorial view of any problem. It is the graphical view of any problem. So I hope students, you have understood all the topics very nicely. Thanks for watching this video.